Hi, my name is Dr. Peter Gardell. I'm a general dentist in Stamford, Connecticut, and I want to go through and talk about kinetics that are involved in my office. Kinetics is the study of movement and reactions. In this particular time in history, we also have other factors that come into play, and I want to talk about the particular kinetics involved with the corona pandemic that's going on. It's a new world order. Being small business people, what we need to do is we need to figure out how we can recover from this, be productive, and grow our offices. Movements, there's many different components to this: pathways, components, and motion. They all come together in order to have movements, and what we need to do is be as efficient as possible. If you think about bumper cars at an amusement park, you're going to see that there's many components, a lot of drivers. There's a number of different pathways because there's no rules involved with it. And you can also see that the motion, there's no set motion. Everybody's going in different directions. It's a very inefficient way in order for you to advance. If you compare this to the interstate system, we have limited access to get on and get off. We have directions going in one way. We also have speed limits. There's a lot of rules involved with it, a lot of systems in place. And an efficient dental office, systems are what is critical for us to be successful. So let's look at something as simple as our direct resin restoration. How can we simplify it? Let's look at the systems that we have in place, but let's also, because of the New World Order, think about how we can bring in products that are going to be not only efficient, but also give the perception of cleanliness. When our patients walk into our ops, they have confidence that we're going to have a clean operatory. What we need to do is we need to remove the components. We need to remove the clutter. Let them see that things are clean. Then they're going to have confidence to come in. They're going to have confidence to go forward with treatment. So etch, I like doing a selective etch. And then we have our bonding agent with our direct resin restorations. The adhese pen is the most efficient way of delivering bonding agent to tooth structure. It's a cleansable design. It's very easy to keep clean and easy to wipe down. Our bulk filled flowable materials. This example is Tetric Power Flow. It's great for doing that initial layer of composites where we can fill in our irregularities. We can have nice uniform cure with minimized stress placed into our restorations. And then we can cap it off with a kind of a conventional consistency with our power fill. Another product in the 3S Power Cure system. This is a sculptable composite. We're able to go and create beautiful anatomy quite easily. So let's look at a clinical case. Incipient lesion on the occlusal molar. We do our initial excavation, locate the extent of the decay. The decay kind of spreads out a little bit on these teeth that have had fluoride since the child grew up. We finish our preparation. Now we go and create our initial layer. Now with our power flow, we're able to go up to 4 millimeter increments. So in one large layer, we're able to fill the bulk of our restoration. And then we cap it off with our power fill. In this case, I used a warm composite and utilized a stamp in order to get this beautiful anatomy that you can see. Each layer for curing is 3 seconds. And there again, that's because it's a 3S Power Cure system. A very efficient way we can get the restorations done without a lot of downtime. We conserve our motion. We only have 3 components. And it's a straight pathway to get to our final end result. So the kinetics are good for this. Now let's look at another example, and we're going to be utilizing a different material, the new Tetric Prime that has just come to the market. We have interproximal decay on the premolar. Decay is excavated, sectional band is placed. You can see that it's a very tall restoration that's going to be done from gingival floor up to marginal ridge. So we're using a selective etch. I'm going to be using the Adhese Universal from the Viva pen, and we deposit our power flow. Now, when you look at that, the material is somewhat transparent in its uncured state. So remember, kinetics are reactions. Kinetics are chemistry. Azenceo technology is involved with power fill or power flow. When we cure it, you can see that the refractory index changes. It becomes more opaque. So it's able to hide that stained dentin. It's able to recreate the dentin. Now, if we have the basic color of the dentin mimicked by the power flow, now we take the tetric prime, and the tetric prime has a translucent layer. The translucent layer is going to allow the warmth of the dentin to come through. So it's pretty much a chameleon effect that we get with this material. So we can get a beautiful restoration in only 2 different layers. They're, again, very efficient to do. So this is power flow, IVA shade, and tetric prime, the translucent. Power flow and power fill are available in 3 different shades, IVA, IVB, and IVW. So you don't have to keep a large inventory of materials. And it does a great job of matching the typical dentition that we face in our offices. Now the power flow, that is a 3-second cure. But tetric prime, we have to do our normal cure, which is 10 seconds. Human interaction. So how are we going to do our motions? How are we going to be as efficient as possible when we're doing our restorations? For me, the foundation of direct resin restorations and also indirect restorations is the Blue Phase 3S Power Cure Light. It has 4 different modes. Our pre-current mode, and being a CEREC dentist, it's great for creating a beautiful tack stage with our cement, such as the Variolink aesthetic. It has a high-powered mode, which is 1200 milliwatts per centimeter, which is kind of the average power for most of the lights on the market today. A turbo mode, where we can have a shorter cure time with our conventional composites, but where it really shines is when it works with the power fill and power flow, the other components in the 3S Power Cure system. We're able to go and in 3-second bursts be able to cure our materials. Now, when we're putting in our conventional composites to sculpt it, the OptraSculpt is a fantastic way for me to manipulate this material. It has interchangeable non-stick tips for putting in the anatomy. We have a chisel, we have a point, we have a ball, we also have a pad. So you have pretty much any shape that you desire in order to get the effect that you want. Isolation. When we are dealing with resin dentistry, we have to make sure that we control the environment. A great way to do this is with rubber dam. It's the gold standard for isolation. With this, we're able to go and remove the ability of saliva contamination. And it's also decreased the aerosols. There again, in our new world order, aerosols are the buzzword. So our rubber dam is able to minimize the effects while we're doing our treatment. To minimize the components, we have the Optra dam, which is what you can see on the screen. So it has a built-in rubber dam frame. It's a very efficient way in order to isolate our teeth. The other way, which I find is a huge benefit, is the Isolite. Now, the Isolite has the advantage of being connected to your high-speed suction system, where it's going to remove any aerosol generated when we're using our handpieces immediately. So the basic foundation is isolation for long-term success of your resin restorations. You have to use it. Rubber dam and Isolate are 2 ways that I utilize it in my office. So we're able to go where teeth need restorations, an old alloy that's leaking. We're able to condition our enamel by using a good bonding agent, such as adhes. We're able to condition our dentin. I like the selective edge method. And we're able to create beautiful lifelike restorations in a quick, straightforward way. Kinetics, the study of movement and reactions. In our new world order, we have to put some qualifiers on our definitions. We want to make sure that we simplify our pathways. We want to minimize our components. We want to use high quality components, but we also want to cut down on the inventory that we need to keep on hand. We are small business owners. We need to recover from a financial hit. because we've been closed for a while. We have to be smart with the money that we spend and how we utilize our products. We also need to be disciplined in our motions of performing these restorations. So think about kinetics in your practice. It's a way that you can advance. It's a way that you can recover. But make sure you use good quality products in order to make sure that whatever work that you do is going to last a good long time. So thanks for the past few minutes. Once again, my name is Peter Gardell. I'm a dentist in Stamford, Connecticut, and I hope that you found this a benefit. Thank you.